I believe we're approaching. Bandit, get out of there. Right? As soon as I go live. Guy's been sleeping this whole time. I mean, I think he just wants to do that just to mess with me. Haha, Dad. Haha. There's nothing there. There's nothing there to bark at. Absolutely nothing to bark at. I love my dogs. Okay, so growth spurt. Yes. I think we're getting close to like 17 or something like that. And what I've been wanting to do is break up kind of the content that we get on the daily, because we cover so much ground. And so we just started Latino Slant Spotlight. And this is nothing but our interviews we do. Interviews only. Okay. Actors, writers, directors, you name it. We are just going to have them live there. As of right now, we're slowly migrating older older interviews, such as the Danny Trejo. You have Rennie Harlan up there, Maria Russell, comedian from Jury Duty. We have the Furious fight choreographer. That's new. And I will be putting up a couple of new interviews up as well. So what we'll be doing is we're going to migrate old videos, old interviews onto that channel. And then anything new as far as our interviews will only live on that channel. They will no longer be here on the big channel. And we'll promote them. But we really wanted to give our interviews, our talks with these Hollywood people, its own spotlight, its own destination. So you know exactly what you're going to get. I feel a lot of the times our interviews, and we have great ones. I got an interview with the actress from the new David Morse movie called Broken Land. And then I have a female director that I interviewed. I feel that they just get like lost on our channel. And the big movie reactions or the salacious topics of the day just get all the love as far as views and algorithm. So this baby is just going to be its own. So what I would love for you guys to do right now, and Mark, we have the link to the new channel pinned in the chat. Subscribe right now. Just open up that window, subscribe really quickly. Don't leave us. But we are going to be adding almost every day, because I have dozens of talks. Now, granted, when I say like our library, it's like 5 years of talks from Edward James Olmos. Loki remembers that. Edward James Olmos. Danny Trejo's on there. We got Vanessa Vasquez, who's on there right now from a movie called Dream a Little Dream. And then these people from all over the world with this Japanese fight choreographer. Great stuff, guys, there. That's a lot of fun. Again, it's called Latino Slant Spotlight. It's not very, I know the name's not very creative, but it's very much to the point. Interviews. So that's happening right there. Okay, now before I bring in my wonderful guests, let's bring in Mark really quickly, our wonderful producer. Come on in here, Mark. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, doing great. Good to see you, Paulie.
Good to see you, man. Long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see. Yeah. We don't see enough of each other. It's just terrible. We need to rectify that.
So let's practice really quickly. Let's bring up the star. We'll do rapid fire hellos to all the starred comments that you got.
Yeah. Let's see who we got here. So, of course, D-Bud, hail to the great D-Bud. He's got that link to the new channel. There's only like 15 subs. I just subbed, so make sure you guys sub.
Literally, this is the first time we're letting anybody know that I made the channel. I made the channel like 2 days ago. So hey, hail D-Bud.
Hail to D-Bud. And Six, a great friend of us here. So hail to Six.
And a member of the channel and a wrench.
Yeah.
Did she like the Mando movie? Just say yes or no. I don't think you liked it, even though she's a huge Star Wars fan.
I don't think Six liked it. I'm trying to remember my geekery.
I know she gave it a fair shot. We love sagacious Six, not sagalicious. Even though she don't mind sagalicious, she said. Hey, let's go on, man, before I get in trouble.
Yeah, don't get in trouble. Yeah, and hail to Nerdmigos. Says good morning.
Amigos, Ishmael.
Yeah, and we got JCGJR,
Member of the channel, man.
Latinos. Yeah, channel member. I was trying to tag those channel members.
Thank you, man. Thank you, brother.
I might have missed a few, but also Jennifer is saying hello.
Yeah,
channel member.
Jennifer. What did I say I was going to bring up? Because we talk on DMs. I said I was going to bring something up for the panel today. So remind me. Thanks, Jen. Good to see you.
And of course, Bonzo, our great friend Bonzo is here. Yep, talking about
Bonzo. Yes, she struck a deal. Okay, well, we're gonna get into that.
We'll get to that. Yeah. But
anyone else as far as
let's see, who am I missing in this chat here? But let's see, did I miss any other members that were
Donovan Bradford?
Yeah.
So I think that's it right now as far as members.
I think I got everyone. Yeah, I think I got everyone. But I was rolling in from streaming with RMB and Jill.
There's no other channel except for the Latino.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Well, no, you have two channels.
Spotlight. There's Spotlight. Yeah. Smart ass.
I don't have a channel either. Yeah.
Oh, she's going to sleep now. She's working tonight. She does those graveyard shifts. That's right. Okay, well, get some rest and maybe watch the replay later. And I'm on live tonight. I have 2 live streams tonight. 6.
Wow.
8 p.m. Pacific tonight with Blvd and Alejandro Montoya Marin. We'll be talking backrooms and the state of DC. Oh my. Well, good. All right. So we got a private chat here. Okay. Exactly. Lorena. Okay. So I appreciate you, Mark, being here.
Yeah.
And let's get some more great comments and let's get some super chats and all that good stuff going. And we'll see you I'll see you in a few.
Yeah, see you in a few. Yeah.
All right, guys. Like I promised, we have changed our Wednesdays to where every week it's friends. Every week I'm inviting friends just to chop it up, who are passionate about different stuff. And these 2 are some of my OG friends here on the Latino Slant, here on YouTube. I know you know them, you love them. Let's bring in first the very handsome, the very cool Stone Cold Loki.
How are you doing, brother? Let me say really quick, Mark, you're looking great, dude. You're half the man you used to be. Absolutely awesome. Good work. Keep up the good work. And 6, sweetheart, I haven't seen you forever. To see Dacia 6 if you're watching this later. So thank you for having me. Thank you so much. It's good to be back on the Slant. What a day. We're going fuerte.
We're going fuerte. And I was telling Loki before we started, I'm like, dude, you got these new beanies? What's up?
Oh yeah. So these are going out to members of the channel. And if you want one, if you don't want to be a member and you just want to buy one, send me $10 and send me shipping and I will send them out. I got a whole bag of them sitting here. We're going to be getting more of these in different colors. If you want a specific color, let me know because I've got to order so many of them to get those special, get the pricing in. But no, I'm not making anything off these. They're just, cool little beanies that I like. And I'm always wearing beanies. So.
All right. Well, let's bring in the beautiful, the all-star, the señorita más fina. Where is she? Reina Creole. Hey.
Hello. Thank you for that wonderful intro. Good to be here. Good to see Loki again.
Good to see you, sweetheart. You looking good. You're looking fabulous.
Oh, thank you so much.
Well, you know how I say, you're looking fine.
Fine.
You're looking fine.
Thank you.
Back to school. So you are a busy lady.
Yep, it's an adjustment, but it's to say the least. But it's good. I'm glad I get the opportunity, to go back with the knowledge that that I have now. Like, you're really trying to fail like 50% of us, right? Oh wait, that's engineering. That would be 70%.
Wow. Well, I give you a lot of props. Thank you. A lot of judgment. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, we did it then. So that's what Jennifer wanted me to talk about. and Reina and Loki got that. What are your favorite and the most underrated Spielberg films? Okay, I was afraid I forgot. See, that's just how, and I didn't, Jen. I actually sent you guys that message yesterday. Okay, so why don't we jump right into it, guys? The box office is going bonkers with indie films taking over, making IP movies an embarrassment. Let's be honest. Mando has made money, but not what they dreamed of. And of course, Masters may be a good film, but it is not performing well at all at the box office. So this is from our friend Jeff Bach at Exhibitor Relations Co. This is the Discount Tuesday numbers for June 9th. Why don't we start from the bottom up, and then let me know if you guys have seen these films or Insight. Number 7 with $1 million, The Amazing Digital Circus.
I've seen the series on YouTube.
Oh, you did?
My daughter got me into watching it. That's a social media phenomenon. All the episodes are free on YouTube, but the finale was put in theaters. I didn't get to go because the theater was sold out. And this is a week before the air time. So it's back. They extended the run. So I definitely plan to see it this upcoming week.
Loki, any insight? Any
not on the Amazing Digital Circus. No, I haven't watched it. Didn't even hear about it until I think the other day. So no, I'm
with you too. I had no idea what this was, and then I'm like, oh, okay, another YouTube origin. That's great.
It's a Gen Z thing. Obviously written by Gen Xers.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
I'll put it like that.
Yeah, we'll take it. I want to remind people too, we're only on YouTube today, but we are being multi-streamed. It looks like Loki. Is that Loki or La Reina? La Reina is multi-streaming, so multicasting. So I know, whatever these names are. Thank you for doing that, by the way.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Okay. Number 6, Michael, 1.4 million. I think it's like been playing for 4 years now, and it's still making it's still making money. That is amazing.
I didn't get to see it. It's still on my list of must sees though.
Oh, you haven't seen it, really?
No. I haven't. Some other stuff just kind of gotten away, but I plan to see it.
Loki.
I loved it. I thought it was great. The music's great. Obviously, it's Michael. Come on. I thought that they skipped over some things, but I get it. I get why they did that. You only got so much time in a theater to tell a story. There are documentaries out there that are really good, especially about his childhood. I encourage you all to see those and see kind of like how his dad treated him and how that relationship panned out. How he kind of became the man he was. The movie moves a lot quicker than that, obviously, because they don't have 4 hours to spend on a docudrama on the Discovery Channel or something. But overall, great movie, very entertained.
I've seen it 3 times. Terrible. I mean, I've seen it 3 times. So once with my mom, once on IMAX, once regular. It's a fantastic film, and it makes sense why it's still making money. People are rewatching it. People are still going to see it for the first time. There's no controversy in subject matter that they cover, so you can separate if that's a problem for you, and I get that. For some people it is, but solid biopic. All right, let's move on. The Mando and Grogu, number 5, 1.5 million. Go ahead.
I went to see it.
You loved it, right?
All
right.
This is where I have to split my opinion and admit my bias in order to be, completely transparent. My bias, I didn't like it. It was not a summer blockbuster quality wise movie. It was something that should have stayed on Disney Plus. It wasn't even plussed up as far as I was concerned for a summer blockbuster type of film. Now, with that said, just the fact that it was The Mandalorian, it was pretty much like a really nice season 4 that was made into a movie, safe for families to see. It might be a little too how would I put this way, for the really, really little kids, just because of what Grogu has to wind up doing. That can be, kind of upsetting to them a little bit. But overall, it's a nice family film to see on $5 night for the most part. So that's my opinion between Mando and Grogu.
Loki.
No.
No.
I'm just okay. So I can sit over at my other desk and watch it at home. I'm not gonna do that because Disney lost me as a fan. I don't watch Disney movies. I don't get into Disney stuff. And I'm not gonna restart just because they're coming out with a new Star Wars movie. That's not to say that it couldn't have been good or it wasn't funny or anything like that. I can't tell you that because I didn't watch it. So when we get to the next movie, probably people are like, "Did you even watch the movie?" Yes. If I didn't, I wouldn't be talking about it. Yeah. I don't talk about movies I haven't seen, and I have not seen it, and I won't be seeing it. So that's just my thing.
I love it. See, you don't get this on many channels. Great nerd disagreements here on the Latino Slant. I've seen it 3 times. I'm gonna see it again. I absolutely adore this film. But I understand where Lorena's coming from. I understand where Loki's coming from. To each his own. But I had a great time. It's still making.
I still have Grogu though. I have it in my studio.
I didn't throw you no shade, girl.
There he is with the Vader ears on.
I didn't bring it. See, I'm on a different. I'm in my living room setup. Like this is the corner actually of our dining room. So I just bought a new Grogu, the speak up with the Grogu on top, and he's like with the Force.
Oh,
it's so cute. Oh my god,
that sounds cute.
Before we move on, really quick, memories. I will never forget watching the last episode of season 2 with Lorena and Dave Bob going, "It's Luke! It's Luke!" Before, as soon as the X-Wing came into the screen, Dave Bob screaming, "It's Luke!" And Lorena's going, if they do this, and I'm like, no. They're not going to do this. They can't do this.
I'm like, I like, no, it can't be. It can't be. It can't be. I don't want to get my hopes up.
It was one of the most exciting times I've ever had doing a show. And it was with them 3. And it was about Mando and Grogu. So if people watch it, if people like it, I'm not going to bust your sack about that. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I have the same thing about Masters. If you enjoyed it, I'm glad you enjoyed it. We'll get to how I feel about that.
So really quickly, box office worldwide, Mando's made $294 million, which with some regular films that might be fine, but for a Star Wars film, it's below expectations, even the lowest expectations. All right, here we go. Masters of the Universe, 3.1 million, coming in at number 4. It's first Tuesday after its opening weekend. That is not good, guys. That is not good.
No, I saw it. I loved it. I had a ball watching it for what it was. I didn't see anything quote unquote woke in it whatsoever. The only thing that was missing for me was Bowl and Lucky Charms. Like I used to watch He-Man when I was a kid. The post-credit scene, the second one, had me screaming in my seat like a little girl for reasons I'm not gonna spoil. But it is a niche film, just like Dungeons and Dragons. So while I wish that it would have done better box office wise, compared to Scary Movie, and I quoted this, I said this was going to happen, it was going to blow Masters of the Universe out of the water.
Lorena was right. Loki, Masters of the Universe. How was it?
Okay. So first of all, I'm not going to scream at anybody. I'm not going to tell you you're dumb if you liked it. I'm not going to say anything like that because teach their own, right? There was a preview I saw before I saw the movie, and I said I wasn't going to go see this movie. There was a preview I saw where Skeletor, does the maniacal like, "Whoa, I raised my hand. You should be, applauding me." Right? And I said, that is cringe. That is so cringy. I'm like getting the oogly boogly cringy off this scene. And there is a scene in the movie, I'm not lying to you, where Skeletor goes full 50 Shades of Grayskull and has He-Man by the throat and talks about his big sword swinging between his quivering, glorious thighs. Now that might seem a little, Polly's like, what? Now that might seem a little weird to some people, but this is like total BDSM Skeletor. Okay, so take all the memes you've ever seen of Skeletor and the BDSM stuff, and throw that into a blender. And there's parts of the movie. This movie had 6 writers. You had 6 writers.
That's always, that's always trouble.
That's the issue.
That's always
you're gonna have fisting jokes and BDSM Skelebro.
So did you see it?
Yes.
Oh, you did. Oh, so you all need to talk.
So when we went to see Scary Movie, I ducked into the theaters that were there. I ducked into the Masters. There wasn't anybody there. They were empty. I didn't get to duck into the HDX, whatever it is, because that's right in front of the ushers. And I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that.
Right.
But I looked at the other ones and they were empty. I can't speak for the other theater, but I can speak for the ones I looked into. I watched it. I didn't pay to watch it, but I watched it. That and what I saw before, there are cringy moments in this, and getting it past 6 writers. I can see why women like it. You've got BDSM Skeletor. It's like, I'm going to grab you by the throat, and I'm going to burn Evelyn, and I'm going to make Beastman bow down.
Not going to lie, I laughed my ass off at that.
I mean, what Loki is saying here? Does he have any?
I'm not
right claims here. I want to hear from Lorena, because Lorena liked it.
No, he's got a valid point, because there were some parts that, yes, it was cringe. I think they did it over the top, campy, just to do it. So it's like it is what it is. I would not want to be explaining to my kid about the fisting jokes. Then again, look at what the film is rated. I always tell people this before you take your kid to a film. Look at the rating and listen to what other people say about that. But teenagers are gonna be laughing their ass off at that part. But yes, there were parts in there that were really cringe. For some people, it may have been really over the top. Me, I've got a twisted sense of humor, so
nice.
I would kind of enjoy that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Loki does have a very, very valid point. So I would say this is one of those films where I need an estrogen pass for. I completely, just like with Minecraft, I saw Jason Momoa was in it, and I'll admit that. But at the same time, I have no problem co-signing onto what Loki is saying, that there are some parts that are very cringe, or some parts that are very over the top, and it's very obvious that there are parts of this film that don't quite seem to gel together because it had so many cooks in the kitchen with all the writers.
And I'm not saying it's woke. I'm not like, I'm not screaming at you. I'm not losing my cool. I'm not flipping out.
Oh, no,
but but it has problems. So I'm not going to say, oh my God, this is the best movie ever. And getting attacked. I'm the kind of guy that's like, okay, talk to me. Lorena, what did you like about it? What did you not like about it? I'm the kind of guy who would talk to you about a movie. I'm just straight up. It's like they want to shred me for going, hey, it's dead. It didn't bring in the money it needed. And I bring up, hey, what are you saying? Like, this isn't in the movie when it is. And I get attacked and I get called a troon. I get called kinds of.
What's that?
What? No.
Yes,
no.
Yes, it's on X. It's on X. You can look it up. You can look it up, Lorena. Look at my history.
What do they call you?
I don't know.
They called me a troon, which is it's a guy that is transformed into a female, or a female that is transformed into a guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's that one.
True.
I got
Yeah.
called gay. I got called all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff just because I didn't like this movie.
Well, you are
and I'm
gay.
like, it's
You are
dead. Oh,
gay.
well, thanks, Polly. Thanks. I'll be sure to tell Eris that the next time, you know, she comes
No,
around.
no, hey, no. See, you take no. I'm just playing.
She's
So-
the mean one. I'm the nice one. I keep trying to tell people that.
I was a midnight
nice
Ted today defending my manhood because every time I go there, the chat's always like, "Oh, here comes Gay Polly with his hats and his shirts." I'm like, "Yo,
I'm
from this
sorry.
panel,
Stalin.
I
I'm
know for sure
sorry.
I have the hottest wife. That you know, you got Tom, you got Chato. Fuck y'all, I got the hottest wife."
Yes. I do not swing that way, but Romy is quite attractive. Okay.
I was just having fun, man. I was just having fun, man. Oh my god.
Just the emotions
called you a
are
troon.
high. They called me a troon. They called me gay. They called me all this crazy stuff. It's all over my X feed from like a couple of days ago. The emotions are high. That's what I'm trying to explain. There's a lot of emotions that are very high concerning this movie. You say that it's woke and people go nuts. The people that wanted it to be a certain thing, they go nuts and they get called all kinds of names. We need to have a discussion. I didn't put anything vitriol. I didn't go crazy until I was attacked. Then I went full Loki and I unloaded. But there were plenty of people in that thread that I was just talking to. Then I was like, well, I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I didn't, but I'm glad you had a good time. When someone is just having a conversation, that's great. When you can't have a conversation about something, something is wrong. And this is one of those movies that if someone's emotions are that high, something is going on here. It wasn't exactly the way they wanted it, or they're defending it to the death when it's like, it's a movie. Can we just get back to where we used to be able to hang out around a water cooler and talk about what we liked and didn't like without someone pulling a knife and stabbing you in the chest with it?
And
Can we have that conversation?
And that's what bothers me, because when I posted that I saw the movie and I liked it, I had the knives ready for people to come at me. Especially when I said, you said this was woke. I don't see any proof whatsoever. So I'm like, okay, come at me and tell me exactly what it is. I got crickets. But you're 100% right. There's other people who have talked about this film, whether they liked it or they didn't like it. And instead of having a discussion, decide to just completely spurge out and melt down, which is not productive and frankly makes you look really, really silly. If your emotions are that high about that, maybe you need to step away from it. And maybe it isn't the fact that it's a film.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something else that's going on with you. And we're not talking about spirited discussion, which we have here on the channel.
Which we're doing now. Right.
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about people just having straight up Karen meltdowns about it, you know.
I get it. I'm with you. I think when that becomes your default, I mean, you just, reason. There's that saying, right? Isn't that old? There's an old saying. Hate comes in, reason goes out.
Something like that. Yeah.
I know. I have something like that, but it makes sense. It's true. It's just like, dude, first of all, take a breather,
take a breath, breathe.
Take a moment. It's not that bad. Life is not that bad.
The closest thing that I saw that you could even and I argued about this. There's a scene where Tila's talking to her dad and they're in the flyer and they're trying to get away from everybody. And he's like, let me drive. I know how to drive. And she's like, sit down and shut up, old man. And you might go, that's a girl talking to her dad. That's kind of like, sit down, you old timer, and shut up. But he's drunk. He just threw up on himself and she's trying to protect her father. So that's anybody that's trying to throw woke at that.
Exactly.
No, it's her dad. She's trying to protect her dad and he's drunk and just threw up all over himself.
So my one of my clients, and he's like, he's a filmmaker, big DC guy, big nerd guy. He took his son to see it. They had a great time. I mean, listen, guys, so there you go. You had two different opinions here. Let's move on. I love it. Masters Universe still, I'd say, not performing great because of these juggernauts. The Backrooms, 4.3, Obsessions, 5 million. Have you guys seen these films, Backrooms or Obsession?
No.
I have not. I was supposed to see Backrooms yesterday, but I went to see Masters of the Universe. But once again, Obsession and Backrooms.
Yeah.
Those are two films where it's like I need to go and see it.
Mhm.
I need life to get out of the way so I can go and see it because everyone keeps talking about it, and just how they have come out of nowhere to dethrone a Star Wars movie. You saw that coming.
Yeah. Yeah. The video essay I did, which is the one that's helping us really grow right now, really taking off, is I point out is that unfortunately in this battle for New Hollywood, Mando is the first casualty. Project Hail Mary got out in time. Michael made it out with it really did. But now you're seeing Mando and Masters. If these movies weren't here, if there was no revolution happening, I'd say Mando and Masters would be doing better. Conceivably. But you're right. I mean, this really is a revolution on many different levels happening here in the city. Everyone's talking about this, about just these two films coming out of nowhere. Loki, any thoughts on these two films?
Both of these were made by YouTubers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the independent film scene striking back. Okay, you've heard people talking, well, we can't do direct to DVD anymore. We can't do this because it's all going to Netflix. It's all going to Prime. It's going to be Disney. It's going to these streaming services. And they're just not going to put out a physical disc because of cost and all that nonsense. This is the lower budget movies striking back. This is the Empire coming back and saying, no, you don't get to blow up our Death Star. This used to be the bread and butter of Hollywood. Why is that, Loki? Because this was DVD sales. These went to Blockbusters. These went to Hollywood Video. These went to, they went all over, and they made their money back through the rental stores and through word of mouth of people going, this is a really good movie. Have you seen this? This is about like gambling, or this is about, card sharks, or this is about this action movie, or Universal Soldier 5, or whatever the heck it was. It made its money back on DVD sales. That doesn't exist anymore. You've got Netflix, you've got Amazon, you've got all this other stuff. You've got Disney doing this. When these smaller movies come out, people are like, no, I'm going to see that. Nope, I'm going to see that. Nope, I'm going to go see Scary Movie. Scary Movie made $100 million last weekend. Yes. And rightfully so. They made fun of everyone, which is exactly what we all wanted. Don't just pick on one group. You want to take shots at everybody, and we'll even laugh at the stuff that you said in our category. If you make fun of white people, I'm laughing. You make fun of black people, I'm laughing. You make fun of Asians, I'm laughing. You make fun of gays, straights, whatever, we're all laughing. No one was left not laughing.
Exactly. I have another, just to kind of add to what Loki was saying.
Please.
Not only was Backrooms and Obsession made by YouTubers, The Amazing Digital Circus was also made by YouTubers. And what makes this interesting is that that's animation. They went outside the Hollywood system. Like I hadn't heard of Amazing Digital Circus until my kid brought it up. How did she find out about it? YouTube and TikTok. So that's, again, they're basically going to be competing with Pixar, and that's Glitch Studios, I believe. That's on YouTube. But you're right. All these indie productions are rising up, and they're giving people what they want.
Let's continue with that, because there is upheaval in Hollywood. It's just straight up, like everywhere you turn, these two films are being referenced. You got the Scary Movies, number one, and it's doing great, as Lorena had predicted, which is cool. It's good to laugh. Rosa didn't give it a good review, but she's like, hey, you're still gonna, if you want mindless stupid shit, you're gonna get mindless stupid shit. Some of the jokes kind of repetitive, but you go have fun. That was Rosa's take. But an agent's praise for new movies, Obsessions, and Backrooms sparks anger with studios. Right? This is an agent from CAA, a creative artists agency, who said this: "We are seeing that we don't even need studios to greenlight ideas. We just need talent and courage," said Daki, who, as we are told, was referencing the breakout hits Obsession and Backdoors. Loki, you just said this, which have prompted all sorts of chest beating within a Hollywood desperate for any hopeful news about the future of movie making. Loki.
I agree. I absolutely agree. You guys, you cut out your bread and butter, whether you thought that era was over or not.
Mm-hmm.
New ideas, fresh faces, new writers, people who are not locked into this cycle of recycling garbage that Hollywood has been going through.
Mm-hmm.
Give these people a shot and give them a chance. Why? Because you could be making millions. And when you spend, let's say you spend $1 million on your movie and it comes back and it makes $80 million, that's $80 more million than you had before. For all the big studios that are like, that's chump change. It won't be when you're going bankrupt because you can't get anybody to go see your $500 million movie that you need $1 billion to break even. Pay attention, Hollywood, and new minds, fresh ideas, new faces, actors, actresses, people who never give them a chance. And if the movie does way beyond expectations, pay them a bonus, lock them in and say, hey, guys, we can make over this amount. This happens all the time. We can make over this amount in that theatrical run. We will pay you more money. They will take it and they'll give it a shot. Hey, I'm only making $20,000 to do this movie, but there could be like, $1 million in the back end if it does well. So let's give it a shot. And what's wrong with that? Why did you step away from that in the first place? Madness.
I'm sorry. I thought you were wrapping up.
Oh, I just said madness. It's madness.
Madness,
not,
yeah.
To walk away from that. It's not.
Lorena, let me read this, and then we'll get some more. We'll get your thoughts. Well, it turns out Daki's comments rankled some actual studio executives, some of whom sit on the greenlight committees for major studios. Says one, is Tom Cruise going to self-fund? Is the Church of Scientology going to pay for everything he does? How do you make Digger? Who pays for that? Digger, of course, is Warner Brothers' upcoming cruise movie that costs anywhere between 125 to 200 million, depending on who you ask. Warner's rep says the budget of the Iñárritu directed black comedy is 125, while a studio insider says it's pushing 200 million, which is insane. Either way, it represents a figure that can only be approved by a studio. Ask another top manager, does CAA really want her out in the world talking like that? So this is like the second wave, third wave of this blitzkrieg war in Hollywood. Lorena, what do you think of these comments?
Oh, well, the studios are scared. They are really, really scared. First, they were ignoring, that YouTube was really a thing, and now that ish has become real, and by real, I mean all the money that it's making at the box office. And to kind of back up a little bit,
sure,
you have had studios like Blumhouse, Atomic Monster, which is now part of Blumhouse, and it seems every single movie that Blumhouse or even A24 puts out, hardly anyone known in the film. It's got a small budget. It's making its money back within like 2 or 3 weeks. And there are people constantly going and supporting these films. So does CAA want her out there talking like that? Absolutely. If they know how to read the room correctly, they want them out there talking like that, because what do you want to deal with the studio with a bunch of red tape and, other relationships they want to maintain, approving, funding for a film? Or you have a group of people like, yeah, okay, I like that idea. How much do you want? Case in point, I was at the theater last night and I saw the preview for, Nolan's Odyssey. Okay, it is what it is. I'm going to go and see it. But then I saw a trailer for a movie called How to Rob a Bank. And I don't know if you guys have seen this trailer or not, but literally it is about these group of people who have a YouTube channel called How to Rob a Bank. And they're basically saying, what's the odds of you getting, a 6-figure job? 2 out of 10. What's the odds of you owning a home? 3 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
What's the odds of you successfully robbing a bank? 9 out of 10. And they put every single one of their bank heists on YouTube. And the feds are trying to figure out how to like bust them, and they wind up, getting some hackers that, we'll drop all charges if you help us track this group.
Great cast, great director. I'm looking at
great.
this.
It is hilarious.
Oh, Renz is in this?
At it,
Wow.
and there's this whole thing where it all runs down to this one bank ruining this one guy's life. And the FBI agent is like, tells the hacker, how do you know he's going to hit this bank? She said, because it's personal to him why he's going to hit this bank. And they're just like running around. They, carjack the BMW. This dude gets out the car. He's like, how to rob a bank, right? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. Let me get a video. How you doing? She's like, yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for the transportation.
I love it. I love it. I'll see that.
Who would have thought about the idea like that? And people in the theater were just laughing. And I'm just like, that's actually that's a sleeper, but that's actually gonna do pretty good. But it's like, who would have thought about that? I don't really see Hollywood really thinking about that. And it embraces the whole YouTuber culture where it's just like you don't feel like you're listened to, but everybody seems to know about YouTube and there's no real barrier to it. And that's how it goes. So yeah, this agent is CAA. She knows what she's talking about.
I mean, that's huge. And, Loki, these agencies, along with their lawyers, and then they get together with like a Blumhouse, or, they go directly with the work with what's his name? Kane Pixels, the guy who did Backrooms. For 4 years, they mentored him. And then you get the Backrooms movie. That's smart. That's where you should be putting your time and energy to. And I hate to say it, but not another, bloated, production movie. $200 million for Tom Cruise. Come on, man. And I'm sure it's I hope it's great. I love Tom, but that is a lot of money.
Hollywood, like Loriana said, Hollywood has spent all this time pointing their fingers at YouTube and saying, y'all are the bad guys. Don't listen to them. Don't blah, 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 blah. We're just giving our opinions. That's all we're doing. They don't want people to come in and mess up what they are trying to do. Everything needs to be a blockbuster. Everything needs to make money. We're going to sing you this song. We're going to set up fake people to come out of the theater and tell you how great it is. We're going to put the bot army to work online. We're going to spend all these resources to try and pump up this movie that we really didn't give two craps about, even though we paid $200 million to make it. We really don't care about it. It's just, it's just money, right? That's not the Hollywood that I grew up watching. The Hollywood that I grew up watching took risks. They went out on limbs. Some studios are gone, forever gone, because they took a risk and it didn't pay it off. Some studios became giants. Cleopatra, go back. Elizabeth Taylor, Cleopatra. Wow. They almost went bankrupt making that movie. So there's all these history lessons we can look at and go, wow, look at what they did here, and look at how they succeeded, and look how all this came to fruition. They do not do that. The Hollywood entertainment industry does not look back and go, wow, look at how they took
They have no sense of history.
Yeah.
Remember when we interviewed Edward James Olmos? He was he couldn't greenlight a movie. They couldn't get him to greenlight a movie. They didn't know who he was when he went and pitched his movie.
If Edward James almost came into my office and was like, I've got a movie idea, I would go, sold. I'll buy it from you right now. Let's go. Let's make it happen. You're Edward James almost. Yeah, I like Reina. Throwing money. We're throwing money at you. Let's go.
At least do your work before the gentleman walks in the room. But it says a lot of what now can be done without Hollywood, which is great. Which is great. And that's what I had mainly said in my essay, is that the big difference here, yes, Hollywood has a great ability to keep reinventing itself. The difference here is they don't need Hollywood at all. They really don't. Nope. And you're seeing the Marquis Pliers, who did his own distribution, which is why it went in and out of theaters so quickly. But he keeps 90% of that money. Fantastic. You're going to see more of that. You know, our friends have done that with American Homeboy and The Unexpecteds with Alejandro. So it's a new day. It's a new day and age. Let's bring in Mark D. I want to remind you guys there's a poll actually happening in the chat. Where are we at now? Right now, Mark D with the C.
Let us check that poll. Yeah. Let's check it out. Great to see you guys. Here. Great to see Loki. Yep, and Lorena. Yep.
Ooh, anti-derivative Jill Raid.
he's trying to get me going. Yep.
Oh yeah, get him going.
Yeah, Jill sent her viewers over here. Yep.
So I love Jill.
Nice.
Let me tell you, great. I absolutely adore Jill and her channel.
Anti-derivative Jill.
Anti-derivative, yeah.
Oh, she's a sweetheart. Absolute sweetheart.
Well, she's really stepping up her game with her channel. It's like, you know, I'm throwing down my nerdism down. This is where I live, and that's why I'm like really supporting anti-derivative Jill. Let's make sure we have a link in there. Let's get one of the wrenches besides Mark. Let's go ahead and read some of those. I'm gonna take a quick break.
Let's get to these comments here. Wow, we're going way back. We got a lot of good comments here, so I'll skim through them. But and let's see. Hey, Paulie, going to see The Furious on Friday with Joe? I'm not. Well, Paulie will be back, but I think Paulie's already seen The Furious. He's got a review out on that. Red French Moon. Why not give her a bonus? People are so stingy. Talking to Indy Navarrete. Of course, she's going to do very well. She's going to be one of the next big things, I think. You guys would agree probably with her performance and Obsession. So, and that's how you make it big, right? You start small and then you deliver, and then you can command the big bucks. Yeah.
And besides, who knows what she might wind up getting gifted with?
Yep.
Outside of that, you know, just saying, you never know what's going to show up at her house.
Yeah. And she was great in that Superman TV series. She was a standout in that. She was. You could see some people they have a spark and they're gonna make it. Yep. Let's see here. Let me unsub these, and of course, sub to Lorena if you're already not. Don't make that mistake by not subbing. Hey, Jim Rotari is here. Hell to Jim. Great to see you. And PJ Penny says had to fight to stay awake, but it did perk up during the action scenes. I guess that
must be the Mandalorian.
Mandalorian movie, right? Because it had that lull in the middle there.
Yeah, that lull in the middle. I was in the back on my phone.
I didn't mind it so much, but people. That was one part that people complained. Or if we got Grogu, speaking or advancing a little bit more, I think that was missing too. Yep. And of course, sub to Loki as well, right? Yep. Thank you, D-Bud, for posting all these links. Yep. Season 3 was so bad, Mando and Grogu will be VOD for me when I decide to watch the Red French Moon. I think a lot of people wait for streaming. The other thing, though, by putting it out, though, would they made more money by having it not do well in the box office? Although it did make, it did gross, what, 250, what is it, up to 300? What would another season have made?
Well, I mean, look at
ad rates. They might have gotten more, actually, I think.
Look at the money it costs to go see a movie. You're spending $10 a piece on tickets. You're spending $9 a piece on drinks. You're spending, $15 on a popcorn. Mm-hmm. Man, you're talking like over $50 for two people to go see a movie. I want to know that it's good. I want to know. Hey, I'm gonna go see this movie, and I feel like I made my money. Okay, my money was well spent. That's all I care about is my money is well spent. Go and see a movie and it stinks, I'm not going to reward you for that, and I'm certainly not going to go see it again. That's just the way it is. I want to make sure now, because money's tight. Money's tight for everybody. Yeah. I can't just go spend $50 every other day going to see a movie that I might hate. That's a waste of time and a waste of money to me. Hollywood, you do not deserve my dollars that bad. I'm sorry. You don't.
And with streaming now, you can just wait a couple of months, or not even a couple of months, and you can see it with the physical media being more of a niche now. That's the problem. Yep. And Red French Moon says Michael is good, but not a masterpiece either. And of course, the music. A lot of people love Michael. I think Tom Connors did he like Michael? I think he did. Yeah.
He saw it like 5 times.
Yeah. Max Relax here says Disney killed Star Wars, Disney killed Marvel, and Disney killed Disney.
I cannot argue with that.
Yep.
Our buddy Nerdmigo says, I had a lot more fun with Masters of the Universe than I did with the Baby Yoda movie.
I agree with that.
Same.
Okay. I've not seen He-Man, but I'll wait until it comes out on TV. Masters of the Universe is camp and almost parody of Masters of the Universe. I had a good time. I don't think it's for an audience under 40 years old, though.
Not particularly.
When everything that's going in life, a movie is what gets people to explode. That's kind of funny to me. Yeah, the people take their movies seriously. And we got a super chat from Red French Moon. Just saying hello to everyone.
Hey, Red French Moon. Thank you so much. This is for you.
The low rider is a little higher.
Thank you.
I want to see that episode of Ahsoka. Lowrider with their uncle Danny Trejo as.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to debate this among the panel. That says Ron says Reina Creole is awesome. So
thank you.
No argument there.
Fire.
Game of Thrones says Max starts out solid but totally craps the bed. House of the Dragon gets off at the worst point ever. There's a stories in Duncan that makes perfect sense. So Night of the Seven Kingdoms was wonderful, right?
Fire.
Eight Kingdoms.
Yes. Absolutely love Night of the Seven.
I love the ending. 8 Kingdoms. Well, 8 Kingdoms. Ugh. What a perfect series. Ugh.
And Red French with a lot of great comments today says, no one said don't make a high budget movie, just don't do only that, but the studios are doomed. They're the Titanic, they're too big to avoid the iceberg. I am speaking about the studios, not streaming.
Thank you, Red French. All right. And we have a new member. Correct? Vorpal Snack. Is that you are not amiguito, man? Thank you so much. Listen, here's the thing with the memberships happening every day here on the channel. All our live streams go just to the members within 24 hours afterwards. So you get all that to enjoy. All our interviews here on this channel are members only, private members only. And of course, you're going to have more exclusive content as well. And, all the other things that we do as far as hanging out, as far as membership streams and all that good stuff. So, muchísimas gracias. Vorpal, we do have a video for new members. Here you go.
All right.
Fuerte on Fuerte.
Fuerte. Yeah. Fuerte on. Wonderful. Okay. So, Mark, does that cover it? We got the poll going.
Yeah, I think. Yep, we got the poll going, and I think I'm catching up to the chat. And Jill is here in the house, so thank you.
I
thanks for
saw
posting
that.
Jill's link. Yep.
She's trying to catch up on the speed, so she probably had to take a little break and do her thing. Yeah, we absolutely love Jill. Okay, Mark, then we got the poll, and I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate this, guys. Listen, we are live here and on Reina Creole's. She's got the multicasting. We have Spielberg to talk about. We have Obsession to talk about. We still got plenty of things to talk about, which is wonderful. A couple things I want to remind you. I'm going to be live later tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific. 8 p.m. Pacific with filmmaker Alejandro Montoya Marin, and for the first time ever on the channel, Blvd. She's a huge DC fanatic, Snyder Brothers. She's like a Snyder bro, that whole thing. And she is, her and Alejandro love backrooms, and I don't. So we're going to have a great discussion on that and on the state of DC. Tonight, it's a special nighttime edition of the Post Edge. It's great to have so many wonderful people coming in and out of these doors. Speaking of, we got Reina Creole. We got Stone Cold Loki. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now, and the chat. All right. So where do you guys want to go next? You guys, Here's what I got. I got Bad Bunny. I got the Alpha trailer reaction we could do, and then I want to save Spielberg and Obsession for later.
Doesn't matter to me. We can go wherever you want to go. I'm easy. I'm an easy date.
Why don't we do Bad Bunny? Would you like some breadsticks?
Oh my god, so funny.
Oh, man.
Bad Bunny joins Toy Story 5 voice cast as a fashionable pizza toy. All right. Who here is a big Toy Story fan? Well,
I like the first couple. I mean, I the first three maybe.
Mhm.
I don't even remember the third movie. I just remember the crazy little kid that was like me that had like all the messed up toys and all the yes. And of course Woody and Buzz, come on.
Mhm.
And Pizza Planet. I've got my own Pizza Planet shirts. I've got a couple of Pizza Planet shirts and stuff like that. But you know, the claw, oh, the great claw. So yeah, kind of. But I mean, it's not like I'm obsessed or anything like that. I just I remember the first couple of movies. So.
Yeah, the first movie, of course, tech nerd, engineer. As soon as the first movie came out, completely into it with the technology. The first three, I mean, the first one is always going to be the GOAT whatsoever. It's always going to be that. The third one I liked because, frankly, if you weren't crying by the end of that movie, you just had, this is me personally, thought that you had no soul, because it was really that whole thing of when you're no longer a kid and you have to grow up and you're passing your toys on. Plus, all the toys were perfectly okay with all dying together. That was dark as hell, but not something I expected to see. But it made sense. The fourth one could have done without it. The fifth one, look, they're trying to milk that money train as much as possible. I just want to know if Bad Bunny is going to be the like pizza and the little, cooking set, or is he a dog toy? I don't know.
Yeah, let's get to this news.
Find out. Yeah.
What are your feelings of Bad Bunny voicing?
I think if he does it right, it should work really good, because the only reference that I have outside of his music where his acting is Happy Gilmore 2, and he was freaking hilarious in that movie. You want to talk about, how he acted, different scenarios of how he acted. I really think his voice he'll do really good as a voice actor. Should be hilarious.
I really enjoyed his SNL skits.
Oh, I missed that one.
That's where I saw. I was like, man, this guy's funny. This guy's got something. And I wasn't a fan of him before as far as acting. But why don't we scroll on down here? Because as you know, the huge cast: Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Joan Cusack, Wallace Shawn. But let's talk about this. How did this even happen? This long-running animated franchise marks his first voice acting gig, but not his first foray into the world of Toy Story. While cooped up in his house during the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, Bad Bunny posted several videos of himself on social media, recreating and improvising skits with Toy Story figurines.
Oh.
He dubbed the series Toy Story in the times of coronavirus. In the skits, he flexed his vocal abilities by putting on over-the-top voices as he played the roles of Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Rex, and Forky.
Yeah. He's
all right. I mean, he does so much. I don't know if are you a fan at all, Loki? What are your thoughts on this casting?
I thought he was funny in Happy Gilmore 2. I've seen the SNL stuff. I didn't know he did YouTube videos during the pandemic or anything like that. I'm okay as long as he doesn't go all political outside of the movie. I don't really care. I mean, if he does a good job, that's what we should be focused on. The problem is oftentimes they can't keep their mouth shut. and they've got to make these crazy statements and go into all this stuff that we just. I don't care if you want to be a political voice and you want to do all that, then go be a political voice and do all that. If you want to entertain people, entertain people. This whole mix of, well, you can't have one without the other, that is untrue. And you are representing Toy Story. So this role was representing Toy Story. You're now representing Disney. And Disney, the Disney executives might not care. They might be like, oh, go out and show everybody how crazy you are and TDS and blah, 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 and yaggity smackety and do whatever you want. But the people that love Disney, they do care because they want to see good movies and they don't want anything spoiling it. And when you go out, you make these crazy statements and go into all this nonsense, you're bringing the movie down. I'm sorry, but you have an effect. We learned that with Ziegler. Weird. You have an effect outside of the movie. You have an effect on how well that movie can do. So just don't do anything stupid and just keep your politics to yourself and be good in the movie and nobody will care. They'll just care about how good you were. Did anybody see Bad Bunny? Can you believe you can do so many voices in Toy Story? Do you want to have them having that conversation? Or do you want them going, oh, did you hear Bad Bunny on the news last night? He said he hates all these people and he this and that. You got to let these people do this and do that if they want. And you change the conversation from this entertainer who is showing you a skill to this entertainer who's talking smack and running their mouth. And that's all you've got left is that focus. Listen up, Hollywood. We understand you have strong feelings for who's in the White House or who's here or what law gets passed here. But when you're representing your movie, shut your cake hole and represent the movie. And let us enjoy the movie for what it is before you start going off on tangents and evil people and evil politicians and this and that and the other. We're sick of it. The American people don't want to hear it anymore. We're tired of it. We just want to go to a movie and have a good time. It doesn't have to be wrapped up in all this other political nonsense. Oh, well, the story we're really telling and, Halloween H2O is that this person is orange skinned and has blonde hair. No one cares. They want to go and they want to see Michael Myers tear people apart limb from limb and be the bad guy. That's what they care about. They don't care about the politics or the nonsense. Just my 2 cents.
I just asked if you liked Toy Story, man. Take it easy, buddy. Lorena.
This is so funny. I'm like, what was the question again? Sorry.
No, just any thoughts of what Loki said. You already talked about it already.
I pretty much agree with it. If it's just, hey, I'm just here to promote the movie, and you're not going into, a bunch of politics. Why unnecessarily divide your audience? But I think if he just sticks to that, and if anything is probably in character while he's out promoting the film, it should do well. It'd be well to stick with that.
Well, cool. I think this is smart casting because Bad Bunny brings in a crowd. He's got his audience, and it's a younger, fresh audience than some of the older people in this cast. And Toy Story is still it's tracking to do big business, so this doesn't hurt. And I can honestly say I think he's very talented as far as a performer. I don't want to say like a lead actor yet. It takes a lot of work. So far he's done like little bit roles, co-starring roles. He's working his way up. I like that. Bullet Train. He was the wolf, and with he had a real bit role in Narcos Mexico too. So he's been like kind of like plugging away, and I like that. So we'll see. I definitely think it's a good move. What do you guys have to say in the chat? The Bad Bunny appeal is so forced. I've never heard of this guy until recently. Well,
really?
Well, I mean, I listen. I totally get that, Lorena, because if you're not into like Latin music,
I get it.
Music,
yeah, if you weren't into it, or let's put it this way, even if you weren't into hip hop, because there was like a crossover, and it happens all the time between hip hop and reggaeton. you didn't hear about him, you're probably just like, who the heck is this? Is this person? So yeah, on that point, I get it. But on the other side, I'm kind of like, what do you mean you haven't heard of? You haven't heard of him?
Yeah,
But
I mean, me and Lorena are fans of his music, but I get it.
I knew him from WWE, so he was in wrestling for a little while.
Oh, really?
Wrestling. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He even like participated, right? He got thrown around.
That's the only reason why I know about him is he showed up on WWE at one point. I was like, who the hell is this? Oh, it's some
Bad
singer.
Bunny.
Yeah.
Anti-derivative Jill. The first 3 Toy Story movies are all you need.
Truth.
I haven't seen 4.
You ain't missing nothing.
Okay. Yeah. Parts of, I didn't,
I will say this. The only thing that you're missing is Carl Weathers as Combat Carl.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And that scene was actually done really well. Like they had a couple different, like the different G.I. Joes. So they had different incarnations of Combat Carl. That's the only part I would say that you would need to see, just because, well, 1, it was a good performance anyway, but 2, because we no longer have Carl Weathers. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. All right. Well, maybe I'll check it out. I don't know. Babysitting movie. Oh, okay. The first time I saw the movie, I was 17. And I took the kid that I was babysitting to that movie, and we had an awesome adventure and babysitting night in downtown Sacramento. I'm like, oh, that's a nice memory. Thank you, Jen. I heard a rumor Toy Story 5 is about a girl boss. I heard that too, and it's the character being voiced by Joan Cusack. Warple.
I'm going to push back on that a little bit because Jessie, the cowgirl, she was already in Toy Story 2, so it's not like she's not, an established character. She's over the top. She's loud, but she's a cowgirl. So that makes sense. So would I call her a girl boss? No, because she's constantly, because the whole thing about Toy Story is like everybody works together. So she's part of the team that works together. So she's not new. She's, she's established. They're just bringing something from her backstory into the forefront, which is, the only reason that she's in that group is because Emily, her former owner, didn't want her anymore. She grew up and didn't want her anymore. Go watch Toy Story 2.
Yeah, I would take that type of assessment critique from people who haven't seen the movie yet with a big, grain of salt, man. Vorpal, go either go see it or don't go see it. But I would say go see it for yourself.
Yeah,
if you're curious. I still remember how fun it was to see the first Toy Story in theaters. Man, yeah,
Mr. Spell.
Yeah.
When the G.I. Joe, when the little army men, I was like, I want army men like that. I want army men that go and just do the battle. We're gonna send them choppers. Dun 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 dun. I would have gone nuts over that when I was a kid. I would have loved that. Yes, that first movie's great.
With Arlie Ermy. Wow.
Yes.
Let's go with one more comment, guys. From Tim Polanco. I disagree with Loki. The industry has always been political. Did folks really forget who Marlon Brando sent to the Oscars to accept his award? Did you forget everything Jane Fonda did as well? That's a good point. Hollywood has always been progressive and very political, Loki and Lorena. But let's take Loki. Go ahead, please respond to that.
It's not all been like that. And there were a lot of actors that said, keep that to yourself. They said that over and over again. I will not get into politics. Well, why not? Because this movie isn't about politics. It's about going and taking your family to see a movie and having a good time. That was the standard HL. Well, how do you feel about this, sir? Please let us know how you feel about the President of the United States. I don't feel any way one way or about the other. I'm here to see a movie. I hope everybody gets to come see the movie. They might have been political in the background. They might have been political at certain times, but it wasn't constantly pushed in your face. It wasn't, we all need to do this to move forward. We all need to mask up. We all need to get behind this. We all need to go vote for this person. That was not the way it was. And there were a lot of individuals that kept it to themselves. Now, those individuals that are like, hey, I don't want to get involved, They're being told, get involved or get to step it. No, we're not playing that game. And you've got like Mark Wahlberg, and you've got others oh God, I can't think of his name right now. Braveheart, Mel Gibson. You've got Mel Gibson. You've got a couple of people that are standing up and saying, no, I'm not putting up with this nonsense. They have been exiled. They have been culled from the herd and told to go off into the wilderness and die alone. That didn't happen back in the day. And there were Senate hearings back in the day about socialism in Hollywood. I don't know if anybody remembers this or not, but the Duke himself, John Wayne, testified before Congress against people that were socialists in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. One of the greatest writers, not Trumbo, God. What the guy who did Spartacus.
Yeah, Trumbo.
He was a socialist. He was basically blacklisted from Hollywood. He got told, you know what, we can't take anything you do because of this reason. Mm-hmm. He had to fight and write under a pseudonym to get work. So there have been politics, but it has never been up in your face, thrown at you like it is today. Sorry for taking so much time.
Yeah, just to kind of add to what Loki was saying, and there was also a period in time where even when you did have actors who had certain political leanings, they were not demonizing their audience, and that's the difference now. It's a difference between, okay, so and so, yeah, he likes to save the whales, but he loves the fans, wants to come see all of this stuff. Now you have people say, basically, don't see my movie if you do this. Don't see my movie if you vote for this person. Don't see my movie if you don't like this cause of mine. And they're demonizing their audience. And it was never like that. So that's the difference also that that I like to point out. Yes, Hollywood has had political leanings, but also Hollywood has been political depending on which way the wind is blowing and how much money that they're going to be making. So I just wanted to point that out too.
All right, let's point out too. Love your comments, guys. We love super chats even more. That would be awesome. We're gonna move on because there is a new trailer I've been wanting to get a reaction to. And I invited Loki and Lorena to check this out. The star Alia Bhatt, who is from RRR, has a new movie called Alpha. And Alpha, very quickly, it's in the spy verse that this director's created. So like there's all these other films like for the last almost 20 years. Some are a little over the top. All are very entertaining. Some are bad. But this, I believe, is the first one in as far as a female driven, with Alia as the lead. And you have the great Shah Rukh Khan as part of that spyverse, and NTR Jr. And now it's Alia's turn. So let's check this out. We got the English subtitles up. We got the volume up now. Here we go.
18वां जन्मदिन मुबारक हो।
थैंक यू पापा, ये सब आपने जो किया है मेरे लिए, it really means a lot to me.
चौतीसवां फ्लोर, 3418।
मैं समझी नहीं बाबा, वहाँ करना क्या है?
वही जिसके लिए मैंने तुझे ट्रेनिंग दी है।
Like that.
ये सब मेरे बर्थडे के लिए नहीं था।
अपनी 18वीं सालगिरह पे तू अपना पहला मिशन करने जा रही है। इससे ज्यादा स्पेशल क्या हो सके?
I don't think she's dressed for that.
दो तरह के लोग हैं, वुल्फ और शीप। मैं वुल्फ हूँ, तो क्या है?
वुल्फ की बेटी वुल्फ ही होती है सर।
Wow.
ये क्या है?
अल्फा।
अल्फा मतलब?
सीक्रेट प्रोग्राम है इंडिया के नेक्स्ट जनरेशन सोल्जर्स तैयार करने के लिए। सबसे पहले, सबसे तेज, सबसे वीर। तो भी वही है हमारी इकलौती
अल्फा।
हैप्पी बर्थडे।
Oh,
What a present!
What a present. Yes.
whoa. Oh, there's a little more, but wow. Whoa.
Oh, C4. Oh, we got.
Whoa. All right. Well, what do you guys think?
I love Ali Abad. It's been a while since I've been watching some Indian films, but first of all, Yash Raj Studios, I love their films. Love their films. Great premise. The scenes look great. The premise looks great. I did not see that coming, but it's the perfect spy setup, right? You don't quite know what's happening until it all starts to pop off. So I would love to see this actually.
Comes out July 10th. So of this year, 2026, Loki. I don't know if you've seen an Indian film, modern Indian film lately.
RRR was the last one.
Same actress then. That's the, you know, what are your thoughts?
I'm interested. I'm sold. I want to see this. Kind of reminded me of Ballerina a little bit.
Totally.
I think Ballerina should have been more like this and should have taken the cues from
Agreed.
this.
Ooh,
So, you know, we get some Keanu Reeves in Ballerina. I really think they should have been like, this is the troubled child. You deal with her, Baba Yaga, and he should have trained her from some point on. I think that would have been a more interesting story. And especially would have been cooler tying into the end where he comes to deal with her. Like, you know, Morticia's like, she's your problem student. You go deal with it. You go deal with her. That would have been so much like, just like, oh, thank you. Thank you so very much for building up this relationship between the two. And then he's got to go and deal with the problem. But I like this. I did. So, yeah, I'll see it.
I absolutely love Ali Abad. I mean, she is just, you can't take your eyes off of her. Like, yeah, she's, you know, pretty and beautiful, but like she's got something that pulls you in, and that, you know, that goes a long way, especially when you're throwing out disbelief that, you know, someone so little can kick that kind of ass with these big dudes. Hey, you know what? That's cool. You're entertaining me. I'm down. I'm just down. You know, I'm a huge Ali Abad fan, and that looks solid. Plus, let's not forget the man who's teaching this actor, the great Bobby Deol. Wow, what a presence! And I am going to see this opening weekend. You can catch my review as well. So, what do people think? Mark, let's get you in here, man. What are people saying?
Really quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
The way she moves is more realistic than a lot of what you see in Hollywood. Because in Hollywood, they've got these 100-pound girls hitting guys, knocking them out in the face, 200, 300-pound guys, knocking them on their butts when they punch them in the face. That does not happen. Okay.
I hope you're right. From what we saw in the trailer.
Yes.
Yeah. I hope you're right for the whole film, that it just doesn't go, you know.
Her using her feet, kick, girl, kick. That's one of the things me and Eris always say. Fight like a girl, kick them in the balls, do all the dirty tricks, scratch their eyes, headbutt, do all these things that a guy just doesn't normally deal with in a fight, and have them beat them that way. You cannot have a 100-pound girl taking out a 300-pound guy by hitting him in the face. He is going to laugh at you. He's going to look back and be, oh, that was cute, little girl. And that's going to be the end of it. You move, you stay on your feet, you kick, you use every advantage you can find to take out a guy that's that much bigger than you are.
All right. Well, let's go on with this discussion. Mark, what's up, man?
You're muted, Mark.
I turned my mic off just in case, you know, the double mute. I don't want to
do that.
Double mute. I meant to do that.
That.
I boomer something every stream. God, how long am I doing this? Yep. So let's catch some of these chats that brother. I started here. STS says Redford was environmentalist, but also respected his fans.
True. Very political guy, but very much respected all the fans. Okay.
You got this weird Rocky dude in the chat says, I prefer cake and some action figures for my birthday. I mean, I've never seen any of these movies, but I mean, that trailer really pulled me in. I that looks awesome. I gotta go back and
I would say the majority of those films have been around for. Salman Khan was the first one. They just keep getting better and better. And some people didn't like the last one. What was it called? I'll look it up right now. But you know what you're getting with these films.
Yeah.
They're Bollywood spy movies. So come on, let's have some fun. You know what I'm saying?
Good time.
Yeah. And Solomon says, yes, it looks cool. Yeah, I think everyone in the chat is agreeing. Yeah, these look good, and it's great to see, Indian cinema, other cinema, other movies that you just can't be Hollywood focused all the time, and sometimes you see some great things that open your sphere of what you're used to. And I was caught my wife watching, I shouldn't catch her, but she was watching this subtitled Spanish show of this heist. I'm forgetting the name of it now, but it was really good. And it's like, just because it's subtitled doesn't mean you can't watch it or enjoy it. And then Red French says the dinner scene was kind of a copy of Nikita from Luc Besson, but still cool. Actually, it's kind of Indian Nikita, which I'm here for. LOL.
Yeah, Indian cinema, and just to say it, and Paulie, let me know what you think about that. Indian cinema is very good at almost taking some things from American cinema or European cinema and putting their own twist on it. So it's like, while you've seen it before, it's something that's different and unique and still interesting. I love how they do that. 100%.
And more so than lately, they're being very successful with it, right? Where some were like straight up copies. But here are all the films in this spy universe.
Bond was freaking awesome. Oh my gosh, that was so good.
And a lot of people didn't like War 2. I liked War 2 because they had Junior NTR from RRR in it, and it was like, and he's kind of playing like this Southern guy who they don't trust. Oh man, it was great. But those are that. Okay, what else we got, Mark?
And we got Mecca J here. Says that certainly was a birthday surprise. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That clip was everything. Aaliyah. Oof. You know who she's married to, right?
No.
What's his name? Ranbir Kapoor.
I don't know him, but he's a lucky guy.
Shoot.
Ramayanan. He's been a lot of big stuff. Animal.
Yeah. Animal. Yeah. Animal. That was
all right.
That was all right. That was all right, but
he's very charismatic. Yeah.
And hail to Dan Crane, who's a member for 24 months. That's 2 years, right? I know math is hard, but that's 2 years. And hail Paul and the Amazing Pundits. Yep. Thank you
so much.
Yeah. And Dean Kane, Dan Kane, sorry, Crane. Come on, I got a new prescription here. I gifted 1 Latino Slant membership. Thank you.
Hey. We're gonna play this for you guys for the super chat, for the memberships. This is a little Chris Gore. Have fun. And he did that while I was trying to do an out of the theater. Remember this, guys. Remember who Chris Gore really is. I'm trying to do my out of the theater review of Fantastic Four last year. And he comes up behind and he pulls that stuff out. And yet I'm the one tagged with being like,
with friends like these, right?
we're all buddies, right? When we saw the movie together, and him and Gary were doing lewd things to the Susan Richards, was it poster of Fantastic Four? While I'm trying to do a video. I'm like, you guys can get arrested for what you guys are doing. That's all in good fun. Yeah. Thank you, Jill. I'm being called Gaydro now. There you go. Feel the love. I feel it. It's all good. Okay, what else have we got? That's it for now?
Well, we do have feel the love, Paulie.
Yeah.
Says Ron. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Vorpal Snack. Thank you, Dan, for the new membership. This is a lot of fun. thank you to Mark, Latina, and Stone. Mark, did it have any thoughts on anything we've been covering?
Well, I haven't seen those new indie films. I got to check out Obsession. That looks like it's going to be everything I've heard about that is really good. Did not see He-Man, but I did. We both like Mando, but yeah, it's just amazing to see. I love seeing these small independent YouTubers, small movies make it, because that's a lot of times some great ideas get squashed. So I just love the notion that you can make it here if you it might take a few breaks, but if you work hard and get your movie out there. If it's these movies wouldn't do well if they weren't really good, if they didn't get great word of mouth. They don't have this huge advertising budget. So it just shows you if you give everyone a good product. I want movie theaters to do well, and you can't compare. That's such an event when you go see a movie theater. You're not home with your phone or computer and you're just watching that movie, and if it's done right, it's just a great experience. So really phenomenal, and making new stars too. Indy Navarrete, right? She's going to be everyone's predicting she might get nominated for an Oscar, and
it's kind of hard not to hype that performance of. It's like, because Lorena hasn't seen it, you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So I just you're like, all right, stop talking about a performance, just go see it.
Yeah, I gotta go see it. Yeah.
But yeah, cool. All right. Well, thanks, Mark.
Yep.
Disclosure Day is quickly coming. Is anyone excited about it? Can it save sci-fi? Can Spielberg save his own legacy? Well, our own D Movie Man went to review the movie. He got the early media access, and we put this up yesterday. This is his video. What I'd love to do is a little stop and go in regards to his reactions, and hear from you guys, hear from the panel. Here we go.
And coming to you on behalf of the Latino Slant with an out-of-theater reaction for Disclosure Day, directed by Steven Spielberg and starring Josh O'Connor, Emily Blunt, Coleman Domingo, and many more. And what I can say just overall is that the film is entertaining, it's very compelling, and I think the performances are really solid. Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, who has been one of my favorites for a long time. I think everyone is really solid. I think the thrills are there. I think the dynamics of the story are very unique, especially
why do I feel like he's setting us up? This is my own reviewer. I'm like, why do I feel like he's telling me I really, really liked your writing? There's some good points here, Paul. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is he setting us up for a soft blow? Soften us up?
Possibly, but I don't know. I'm kind of interested to hear more.
Yeah, I definitely need to hear more.
Well, here we go.
How they explore how people are affected by a certain presence that makes itself known at some point. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil and give that away, but I thought that was really, really unique and really enjoyable to watch as far as things playing out. I will say, if there's anything I didn't like, I would say that given that Steven Spielberg has done the Alien narrative time and time again, there are elements of it that didn't feel quite as new or as fresh. I understand aliens are aliens, but there were some moments where I was kind of like, this doesn't feel as wow as I wanted to. I also thought some of the
that I agree with him on. Disclosure Day, as entertaining as the trailer was, a lot of it felt like it's something that we've seen before, different movie premises that we've seen before when it comes to aliens.
And Loki, it is Spielberg doing aliens again.
He has done so many alien movies. I mean, aliens, E.T. I don't know. He has been hit and miss. Mm-hmm. So I used to love his movies, and I used to love Lucas's movies. And, I just don't trust him.
Mm.
I mentioned earlier it costs a nice chunk of change to go out to a movie and have a good time. I want to get popcorn. I want that experience. I want the popcorn. I want the Reese's. I want the freaking jujubes and the mint, the baby mints and the sugar babies, and I want to go in and have a good time and feel like I'm in a theater. That's my special reward for going to see a movie, is getting that theater experience. I want it to be good, and I just don't trust that with Spielberg it's going to be good. So we'll see. Close Encounters is huge. Yeah, E.T.
Yeah, Close Encounters.
Mm-hmm. But those a long time ago, man. We were babies.
Yep.
Let's keep listening to this.
The choices to have comedic beats didn't always work, and I also think that some of the times where the film was attempting to take itself more seriously as far as the story came off kind of hokey and cheesy. So it's like it happened like that with the comedy, and it happened sometimes with the serious moments. So I was kind of like, all right, like,
okay, that's a problem. Now we have a problem. To me, now that's my first flag. It's like, all right, yeah, he's done it before, but it's all right. He's saying, hey, it's compelling, but then when you're saying, they're missing like beats here. Comedic, not that funny. The serious, too hokey, it's kind of funny. That's not good.
You know what? He's actually got a point. Now that I think about it, in the trailer, where Emily Blunt's character goes, live, and she's speaking Korean, and I guess the PA saying, "Do you know you were speaking Korean?" It's just like, what? I was speaking Korean? Really? That was really flat. It's kind of like, yeah, we just saw you do it, as opposed to just saying, I have no idea. I felt like, no, speak English. Why would I speak Korean? So it's like one just opposed with the other. It did not. It tried to be funny, but it wasn't funny.
Well,
I'm going with you, but some of these moments are just like not landing for me. It just felt like it was either taking itself too seriously or not taking itself seriously enough. And then I would say that at 2 hours and 25 minutes, as someone who enjoys a longer film, I think this was definitely overstretched because
that's too long. He's saying it's overstretched, but he likes long movies.
That's when you have a problem. I love long movies. I'll go and see all 3 Lord of the Rings films, the extended versions. I'll sit
cut.
14 hours in a movie theater. I will, if it is entertaining. If you watch a 2 hour and 25-minute movie and go, oh, it won't end. It's slogging on. There's a problem. Maybe you should have, snipped a little bit more out of it and gave it a better runtime.
Wow. Let's go on.
I felt the runtime after a certain point. I was like, okay.
I know that feeling.
My girl Judy.
You know what? I love D. I love that he did this.
I have to laugh because think about it. If you're not aware of the passage of time, where it's just like, wow, was that many hours went by, as opposed to, dang, dragon. Those are like two different things.
Yeah.
One time after a certain point, I was like, okay, so are we in the second act? Are we in the third? Like, I was just kind of like, all right, time-wise, like, what's really going on? So I would say, in general, it's something that I appreciated. I'm glad I had the chance to see it. I can't, but it is definitely a film that I can say is a great theater experience, because the theater I watched this in, everyone was pretty engaged. Everyone enjoyed what was going on. I just think there are some elements of it that feel a little bit uneven. And given that this is Steven Spielberg's 5th Alien film,
wow,
I think in some ways I was probably expecting a little bit more and just maybe a different lens or a different vantage point that is there, but I still wanted to take that even further. And of course, for a more...
All right, well, let's hear from our panel. What do you guys think of D Movie Man's takes overall?
Yeah, I I get it. I get where he's coming from. You know, we all know that we've got super what I call super directors. We've got Spielberg. We've got who's the guy who did the Avatar movies?
Cameron.
Cameron. We've got
Nope.
these guys that like will give you all the money in the world to make these movies. It's not the way it used to be anymore. You can't just go, well, Cameron's involved, so it's going to be a banger. Or Spielberg's involved, so it's going to be a banger. That's not the way it works anymore. Some people are just like, dude, your last film sucked. I'm not going back. Oh, you did Crystal Skull. This is the guy wrote. Someone said that in chat. Oh, he did Crystal Skull. I'll tell you everything about the alien movies. The people have lost faith that it's guaranteed to be a banger anymore, and they just don't show up.
Lorena?
When I first heard Disclosure with Dave was coming out, I'm like, okay, so what Spielberg, if Spielberg was attached with it, would I be interested in it? My answer is no, it wouldn't be at all. The trailer that I saw in the theater, it's like, yeah, it was okay. But then again, it felt like different parts of movies that we have already seen before. And Spielberg has done the alien thing. I thought maybe we'd see something a little bit different. And I wasn't quite getting that. But yeah, if Spielberg's name was not attached to it, I wouldn't give this a second thought.
The great Mark.
Yeah, kind of disappointing. You know, it seems disappointing. There's a lot of potential. You know, you got this great Steven Spielberg, but what have you done for me lately? You know, Fabelmans was terrible. So as great as you are,
West Side Story, some people argue, was pretty forgettable.
Yeah, so I'm interested in seeing this, but as Loki was saying before, am I going to shell out $20 to $30 to go see this unless I hear it's, you know, really good from my friends and favorite YouTubers? Maybe not. I mean, it's right in my wheelhouse of movies that I would love to see. You know, sci-fi, Spielberg, and aliens. But and maybe I'll go see it. Yeah, just to be able to review it. But it seems like it's like you said, Paulie, as he's giving his review, like waiting for the butt here. And yeah, who's gonna tell someone in the chat? Say, yeah, who's gonna tell Spielberg to cut half hour off of his movie? And sometimes you do need those cuts, you know, versus like an extended Lord of the Rings where you just love getting that lore and all that extra stuff. But sometimes it can be a detriment. So it's interesting to see how this, and what's the big reveal too. If you don't go see it, is that going to get spoiled as well too? If you wait, the longer you wait, I'm hoping there's a good reveal on this one. So
I gotta say this is so far a big letdown. I mean, this is Steven Spielberg. This is our childhood. I mean, collectively, we could, in fact, we're going to do that right now. We're going to talk about our favorite and underrated Spielberg films, and we're happy for the rest of our lives. And when someone like that keeps coming out with stuff, see, that's like almost the it's like, yes, I want Spielberg, I want Scorsese to keep creating, but please don't suck. I love y'all, and you know, I don't hate to be an ageist. You know, Ridley Scott is very hit and miss. Scorsese, you know, I'm not a fan of his last few films, and Spielberg, same thing. And they definitely, absolutely do not compare to their films back in the day. But we'll see. But let's talk about that really quickly. I asked the panel, what's your favorite Spielberg film? And then maybe it could be the same thing. What's the most underrated Spielberg film? Who'd like to start off first?
Well, I'll start off. My favorite Spielberg film is going to be Jaws. The reason why, as a kid, I wasn't, I was too young to see the movie. But however, my school library had a copy of the book, and the book was probably bigger than me. And I went home and I read the book, which scared the crap out of me. And then eventually when I saw the movie, I was like, wow, this is literally, they took the Peter Benchley novel and put it on screen. And that movie is absolutely perfect, from the score, from the fact that you don't see the shark until later on. Then when you do, it's insane. You've got a character on there who is like Captain Ahab from Moby Dick, and it is an absolute perfect film that still scares me to this day. So that would be Jaws, and that's probably one of Spielberg's films that have had the biggest influence, because if you've seen Godzilla -1, there are so many callbacks to Jaws that it's not even funny. So that would be my favorite Spielberg movie. The most underrated Spielberg movie, I would say, would be Amistad.
Good choice.
A lot of people slept on that film, and that's a film that I went back to see maybe about 2 years ago, just because of how much of my family's history is tied up with the slave trade when it comes to the Spanish. And it's a very interesting part in U.S. history where the transatlantic slave trade has been abolished, but yet we still have the likes of the Spanish bringing in slaves illegally. And you also had traders and other clandestine networks in the United States profiting off of that trade as well, while we're having this internal dialogue in the country about whether we should keep slavery or abolish slavery or not. And caught up in this whole thing, you have a group of people who, they were kidnapped. They're on a ship off the coast of Cuba. They take over the ship. They kill everyone but the navigator, and I think only 2 of them. And they basically lied to them, say taking them back to Africa. But what do? They take them into American waters so they can profit off the sale of that cargo. So it's interesting seeing the case laid out to find out if these African slaves, if they are, if they should stay enslaved because the Spanish had their interest, should they be free? You had the abolitionists in the country and tried to let it go. You had the Spanish government that were still petitioning the U.S. for return of those slaves up until the Civil War. So it's amazing. Diamond Handschuh, that's the first time that you see him. It's like his breakout role. He's absolutely amazing, and it's history told in a way that doesn't seek to demonize. It seems to lay out the case for everything that happened during that period of time, and for you to make up your mind. And Steven Spielberg is on record saying that this was actually the hardest movie that he ever had to get made.
Great choice. Thank you, Latina.
You're welcome.
Beautiful, beautiful choice. Beautiful films. The great Stone Cold Loki. What's your favorite / underrated, or are they one and the same? What you got?
That's easy. Raiders. So Raiders is my favorite. So give a little history real quick. My dad was a naval aviator. He traveled all over the world. He was in the South Pacific. He's been to Africa, Australia, all these different places. And he had all this stuff. And he loved history. So when he retired from, and he looked very much like Harrison Ford did when he did Indiana Jones. When my dad married my mother, you could have been like, wow, they're twins. The hat, he had this Australian hat that I mean, it was just, he had the Indiana Jones thing going. So Harrison Ford, we watched a lot of these growing up. I love Raiders. I love what he did with Raiders. I love what he did with Harrison Ford. I love that movie. I love the subject matter, the adventure, the excitement, the treasure. It's absolutely awesome. And I think this is some of his best work. And this doesn't even have to do with anything about aliens. The 4th movie does not count because it's a fever dream or some crap. He got malaria or some shit. It's all a fever dream. Didn't happen. No, like Rihanna. Yeah. The 5th movie definitely didn't happen. But I love all these. I love all of these movies. Indiana Jones is my hero growing up. Why? Because he looked like my dad, and my dad was my hero. So when I was growing up, so I can't go past Raiders. If there was anything I wish had done better that I loved growing up, it is Hook. because I loved Robin. Robin was
like an underrated Hook.
Yes, I was a little bouncy child growing up. I was funny. I loved making people laugh. That was little Loki was just a barrel of laughs, and I loved Robin Williams. Robin Williams again was another hero. I thought he was great, and I always wish Hook had done better. You're talking about a story of Peter Pan or Peter Banning in this case, all grown up, has completely forgotten everything about being Peter Pan, and has to relearn everything. He has to relearn everything about Hook. And Dustin Hoffman is Hook. Mwah, chef kiss.
There it is. I'm like trying to find it for you. There we go.
Dustin Hoffman makes the movie as Hook. Man, he does. Robin Williams is, or not Robin Williams, but what's her name is Tinkerbell, not so much. But
Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts is Tinkerbell, not so much. But Dustin Hoffman as Hook was perfect. Smee, absolutely perfect. And then Robin as Peter Pan. I wish this movie had done better. I wish more
it's
people
found
had
a
seen it.
cold audience now. Yeah,
it does. It has its cult audience.
Absolutely great choice, man. Absolutely great choice. The great Mark.
All right,
Mark D.
Yeah. So what a film history to pick from. But I'm torn between Temple of Doom and Raiders. Now we're talking about going to the movie theater, and I was there opening night for Temple of Doom, and it's one of the most fun I ever had in a cinema. Like you had to. This is before you could reserve a seat. You had to wait online for like 6 hours, and I made it in the movie theater. It's packed beyond belief. Everyone's going nuts in the movie. So Temple of Doom is probably one of my best memories in a movie theater. So maybe I'd have to go with that. An underrated Tintin. We're talking about stuff that our dad loves.
That's a good underrated.
He loved Raiders of the Lost Ark. It reminded him watching all the movie serials. So that was like his thing with Grandpa. Watching all the Indiana Jones movies with my kids. It was something they bonded over. So special memory. And Tintin. My other side of the family's Swiss French, so my grandmother would send me all these books in French. I was trying to learn French and read French, and I love comics. So Tintin, and we all went as a family to see this with my grandma and grandpa, and my dad loved it. It was like a really another great cinema experience. And there's so many great Tintin books. I was hoping we'd get more of them, but great movie to watch with if you got younger kids, and even if you're a big kid like me. I love Tintin, and it's a shame, like you said, some of these movies that like Hook has found a cult classic and following, and I wish Tintin got some more movies, because I really love that one.
All right, guys. Well, the correct answer for me, we're talking as a pure child, right? When I watch this, and childhood memories, it's E.T. for me. I mean, I love. Raiders to me, I was like, it's almost, adult at that time for me, But something really struck me with Elliot and E.T. and the adventure, and trying to help him out, trying to get him back home. And I remember just seeing that movie so many times in the movie theater that summer. There's nothing else quite like it. I remember holding on to my movie tickets, the printed movie tickets at that time. That's my favorite of many favorites. That's the thing. There's so many to pick from. And I think everyone you guys picked are legit as far as favorites, from Raiders, Jaws, Temple. I think even as an adult, I could say Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan. I think for underrated, as an adult, my last favorite one was Lincoln, because I'm a big President's fan and all that stuff. So I thought that was just incredibly well done. As far as underrated, Warhorse. It's a beautiful film. Your choices are really good too. I'm almost picking Warhorse, set in World War II. So anyone who hasn't seen this film, like, I highly recommend. This is an incredible film. Cumberbatch is co-starring, Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, it's a pretty heavy film. And I love horses. I remember seeing the Black Stallion as a little kid, the 79 version, reminding me of that. So that might be a good underrated. No, that's what I got, man. You know, of so many choices. And I hope I'm wrong with the Disclosure Day. What can I say? Well, let's read a couple of these comments, not all of them that you've done, because we got to get to our final.
Yep, there's a lot starred there. Yep,
just do a couple.
Just do
please.
A couple. Yeah, yeah. I'll just scroll through. Yeah, Vorpal says John Williams is 94 and still making scores with Spielberg. Yep, yep.
Amen.
Calling the spiritual sequel to Close Encounters. Yeah, we hope we get a movie that's that good, right? And of course, hey, Jill became a member of the channel. I don't know if that's an upgrade or brand new. I can't tell from here. Yeah.
Let me see. She is a brand new amiguito. She would be amiguita. So thank you for that. This is for you. Yeah.
And Jill saying, why is Tarantino well, this is why Tarantino wants to do the 10th movie as his last. He doesn't want the same to happen to him. So yeah.
I always thought that was stupid, but that's making more and more sense.
Right?
You know, like fucking go out on a high note, man. Go out like a G.
Snakes. What did it have to be?
What snakes? And Tim says, yeah, someone who grew up as a horror kid, for me, it's Poltergeist. Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Yep, that's okay. Yep, yep. And yeah, so he loves Poltergeist. Yep, yep. And Cavatino Che says there's going to be a Tintin sequel after all these years. Well, I hope so. I haven't heard that, but if it is,
I haven't heard that.
That'd be great. And Vorpal, new channel member today, says Lorena picked the best one, Jaws. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. You know, the thing too, man, is like which of these old movies, right, that we love so much, they all have the great rewatchability.
Yeah, yeah.
I watched Jaws today, Close Encounters of the Third Kind today. I could watch them all.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead, Lorena.
Oh yeah, Jaws is my favorite.
Yeah. But it's saying like you can watch them today. They're just like they're classic. They're timeless.
Yeah, we did at our pool club for the anniversary. Where I set up a projector with a sheet, and all the kids, they're old enough, they all watched Jaws. A lot of kids hadn't seen Jaws. Man, they loved it. They weren't maybe a little scared to get in the pool after, but yeah, it's such a visceral reaction to that shark, that force of nature, and it's so filmed so well. Yeah, I love that movie too. Yeah.
That's back when they had to actually be inventive to get things done. They didn't have CGI. They didn't have a computer that could spit out images of shark gobbling somebody up. They had to use what they had, and they came up with inventive, beautiful ways to do that. That is one of the big things that's missing today, when you can just go, oh, we'll have the computer make it after we're done. Oh, we'll have the computer design the room after we're done. Oh, we'll have, the AI set it up. Directors used to go through these sets and be like, okay, I don't want this here. I want this here. I want all this clutter over in this corner, and I want this to look like this. They used to be hands-on. They used to know, hey, everything's got to be the way I want it. And that might be picky, but it's their vision, not an AI vision or a computer vision. Call me old school. Call me an old timer. Call me you're all old.
Just call me. Yeah.
Just call me. Yeah. Put my
get off my lawn.
Get off my lawn, boy. God, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
Well, thank you to all those comments. Thanks, Mark D, helping produce today with us. Couldn't have done it without you. I mean, just so day and night when we don't have someone helping, especially with my scatterbrain. And then we have our awesome guest, Stone Cold Loki, and then the lovely Reina Creole. Make sure, everyone, you guys watching this on the replay, that you are subscribing to everyone here. All the links are in the video box description. And, we have our final topic to talk about. And and that is obsession. So I want to start off with the poll that we just ran. We just ran in the live chat, and then we also ran the similar thing on our posts on our YouTube channel. Indy Navarrete got paid $20,000 for 1 month's work on the shooting of Obsession. Was that fair? That's the question I had asked. In our live chat, 74% of you said, yeah, that's the deal she agreed to. 26% said no, they should have paid her a bonus. 38 votes. And then when we have one that's been going on longer on our main page, Mark, where I had asked the same thing. Let me get you those numbers really quick, everybody, because it's similar, but with more votes. 60 votes. 60 said, yeah, that's a deal she agreed to. 37%, that is not a small percent. That's pretty substantial. Said, no, they should give her a bonus. It's an indie film. Should she get a bonus for it making? It's made more money domestically than Mando. Give her a bonus. What's going on? Go ahead. Let's go start with Latina.
I'm going to sound awful about this, but I'm a capitalist. No, she should get a bonus. Ethically, it would be nice to, considering how much money the movie made, but is she entitled to one? No, not really. Go back and look at the contract that she signed. Remember, at this point in time, it was an indie production. They're probably like, look, we're lucky if we can make our darn money back. We can't afford to pay, big salaries, all of that. Risk. It's like what Loki would said about back in the day. You had films that they took risks on. Some of them worked out and it was great. Some of it didn't work out and the studio went belly up. So, if someone says, hey, should I get a bonus for being in this particular movie? It's like, okay, well, when you signed this paperwork, this is how much we agreed to pay you. However, I don't think campaigning for bonuses is going to work that well, because what I think is, and if these people know the gold mine they're sitting on, the unexpected bonuses that they may wind up, getting, who knows? You may get real estate, you may get vehicles, you may get something else. Not to say this is what they'll get, but I have heard of stories where there's indies prods, they made way more money than expected, and they wound up just swagging out everybody from the actors down to, the cast and crew further down. So entitled to a bonus, I would say no. It will be good PR if they did. Definitely.
Loki.
No, she's not entitled to a bonus. I absolutely agree with Lorena. However, there isn't anything to say that they aren't like, look, this movie did so well. We want to use you in our next movie, and we're going to pay you double what we paid you last time because the last movie did so well. Or we're going to pay you more than that because you're going to be working more, or you're going to have a bigger role. Your reward for something like this is you did such a good job, we're going to use you again. And we're going to give you something bigger, and we're going to pay you more. That in reality, that's your bonus. And as you level up in the industry, you get paid more and more and more and more and more. It is called paying your dues. Now, what Lorena be talking about is nice. Hey, you know what? This is Mazda. We would like you to come in and we'd like you to do an ad, kind of play on the fact that you were just in a movie, and we'll give you a Honda Civic or some crap like that, right? Okay, that's great. There's a little bonus. You were in this movie, you got picked up by Honda to do a commercial for them, and now you're going to get a car out of it. That's great. There you go. This needs to be a stepping stone, not the movie made bank, so I need to make bank now, even though I only signed on to get paid $20,000. The reward needs to be more work and higher level of work to reward you for the work you've done. That's what it needs to be.
Mark D with the C. Should you are you entitled to a bonus because you have agreed to produce Latino Slant today?
No, I don't need a bonus. Just being friends is enough, right? But it'd be nice, right? But you can't. The world doesn't work that way. And you got Loki Lorena is correct. I remember my dad did a custom machine for our business years ago, and ended up costing him much more money, and he was asking the people with the contract, like, "Oh, can I get more money?" My cousin was helping him, said, "There's a new Camaro you can get. Why don't you buy this new Camaro?" He's like, "I'm not going to buy it till I get the money." And of course, they weren't going to give him extra money because that was the contract that was agreed to. But on the flip end, he did more business with them, and it's just the way the world works. Look, if you're, Paul and I, we both love baseball, right? If you start out as a rookie, you don't have a great season, but there's some potential there. But then if you become a Shote on Hani, or you do really well, boom, your salary is going to go up. So she's going to do phenomenally well. She's going to make tons of money, and maybe there'll be some kind of kickback, but it's almost priceless to be in a movie like this. You can't buy this kind of publicity, this kind of attention. It could be the best $20,000 she ever makes in her whole career, and it could set her off a path of success because it's such a competitive business. So yeah, it's a feel good story. Yeah, it'd be nice if she got a bonus, but the reality is no. But I think she's gonna do just fine.
Okay, listen, whatever this contract was for this one, that's what she got. It'd be one thing if they didn't pay her the 20 grand, right? That's something. Now, if it's in the contract where she's going to get back end points, we don't know. I don't think that's the case with any of the talent. But here's the truth, is that she is a SAG union actor. They paid her union wages, right? Which was covered in that contract. She has been working in television for like 10 years now, so she's not a stranger to the business. She just is not, up until now, a film star. She hasn't done films. She had a very small role in Trap House, which is a Netflix film. I'm pretty sure she was paid handsomely for that one. A good little role for her. And then Obsession. Now, I say this because she's not a Jenna Ortega doing an indie. Jenna Ortega could probably have demanded some more money, but knowing Jenna Ortega, she probably would have taken the SAG minimum because she believed in the project and the people. But she's probably going to say, I want back end points because I'm Jenna Ortega and people are going to come see this because of my name. And she's right. Nobody came to see this movie because of Indy Navarrete's name until now. It's a different ball game. I can also tell you this is the last $20,000 film she'll ever do in her career.
Mm-hmm.
I can also tell you you're going to hear her name during award season. That's the bonus. I can also tell you there's no one happier for her than her representation. And I'm not talking about Latino representation. I'm not talking about Australian representation. I'm talking about her managers, her agents, her publicists, her people, because they've been with her for many years. And you know what? They are now getting their bonuses. It's called make me a deal, make me an offer, that next film, that next thing. She is the most talked about female movie star right now. Cheers to her, because she earned it. It's an incredible performance. And that's how Hollywood works, guys. Loki says it's called paying your dues. She's been paying her dues, but she was never a film star. Now she is. Right? There's this art director bitching and complaining that she didn't get paid what was right. She deserves a bonus. No, you don't. You just probably fucked up your career because you could have gone on the circuit saying, "Oh, hey, let's talk about this scene I did in Obsession. Yeah, I felt the lighting of the yellow hue wasn't quite right, so we did this instead." Man, you would have been hired for the next 20 years. Now no one wants to work with you because you're trouble. Everyone wants to work with Indy. Everyone. Yeah. And she earned it. That's fantastic. Let me just say this before we get to the article. These indie films happen all the time, and they're flops. 90% of them are flops. Have you guys heard of these films that Jen Ortega did and flopped? The Finest Kind, Miller's Girl, Death of a Unicorn, Hurry Up Tomorrow. They were all flops. But she took the money and she did it, because, you know, and they probably didn't do it for a lot of money because she wanted to work with these people. And that's what indie wanted to do. This is leading the revolution in Hollywood for so many different reasons. So those are my thoughts. Now let's get to the big story, Obsession Payout. Jason Blum, man, you talk about this era's horror Walt Disney.
Yeah.
This boy is killing the game. Making
Wes Craven, the Wes Craven of our time.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. Make 17 million on indie horror hit. This is an exclusive that Humberto got from the Wrap as Obsession. Can you? What happened? I thought I had this. Oh, you gonna paywall me now?
They're paywall you.
They're paywall happy over.
It wasn't happening a second ago. Well,
they knew you were going to stream it.
Yeah.
They know how we do.
Oh yeah.
Was it $1? Someone sent Paulie $1. No, just kidding. Yeah.
This is why everyone should go to the Latino Slant and subscribe, because none of our articles do that shit.
Sending you $1, Paulie.
That is just I know, right? Let's go to, let me see if I can find at least the headline from someone else.
But horror, just the horror genre is just killing it. Pardon the pun. I mean, it's amazing how well that those movies always, not always a hit, but especially with these smaller films, it's amazing to see. And I think young kids gravitate towards horror too. I mean, in high school, we always loved taking a girl on a date to go see, Nightmare on Elm Street, and hoping that she'd maybe get a little scared and kind of reach in. Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys, but I just did a Chat GPT, and it's probably even better in regards to just getting the numbers for everyone here. Let's bring that in. What's the breakdown, right? Director Curry Barker's micro budget indie horror Obsession. It cost $750,000 to produce, but has exploded, 229 massive global hit and counting. Here's how it works, right? Focus Feature stands to make an estimated $125 million. Capstone was the financier of the film. It's projected to, that means they put up that $750,000. They're set up to receive 45 to 50 million, a portion of which is being directly shared with the director and the rest of the creative team. So creative, you see, that's what I'm saying, is that if you're part of that creative team, that's where you're making your money off this. Blumhouse brought in after the TIFF buy. So I don't know if you guys remember this, but this got screened at TIFF, and that's when Blumhouse bought it for $15 million. Then a few weeks later, they brought in Jason Blum. He stands to make approximately $17 million off the box office bonuses as part of his back-end deal. What are your thoughts on that so far, guys?
225 million reasons for Hollywood to take notice. 229 million.
And this is something that that Blumhouse has been very good at doing for years. It's not like they just showed up and figured this out. No. They've been doing this for quite some time, and they know. Speak about loyalty, with horror films. They know their audience, so they probably knew when looking at this at TIFF, like, yeah, we gotta get this stuff. We gotta get this film.
Yeah, and they deserve it too. I mean, if you help market it, and it is a risk, right? It might sound like, oh, what's $750,000? But just thinking, if someone came to me and said, "Would you like to put $5,000 and invested it into Obsession?" I'd be like, I can't afford $5,000 to put into Obsession. But knowing now what the huge hit it is, but as Paulie said, a lot of these movies, independent movies flop. But this is
Majority.
the back end. Yeah, majority flop. So this is the back end, and it sounds kind of crazy that they're getting all this money, but you're risking your capital, and once in a while you hit it big like this, but they all deserve it. So I think 17 million might sound outrageous for Blumhouse, but they're part of the reason the movie's a success too with their marketing, and people see that and they trust it now too to go see a Blumhouse picture.
Blum was brought on to Obsession as the executive producer a month and a half after the acquisition of the film to help with the marketing, and negotiated a box office bonus structure of $2 million after the film hit $25 million. Right, and then it goes up. Bonuses every $500,000, $5 million bucks. They receive $500,000 for every $5 million thereafter. So they're making $500,000 after 25 million. Oh man, that's why that 2 million has gone up to 17 million.
Yeah, and I'm sure they never expected to make this kind of return either. But
yeah, I mean, good on them. Good. Hey, that's the risk that they took. That's the risk they all took, that they put up all this capital. That's how it works. So on that end, it's very Hollywood. Right? The indie part of it was where Curry went to Capstone and they got the $750,000. But Curry had a track record with Hollywood already. But then he struck gold when he got it screened at TIFF and they bought it. That's a game changer. The bonuses are going to, are not just going to the suits, but to the creative team. But listen, those are the contracts. Those are the deals. Any final thoughts on this, guys?
Go see the movie.
Yeah. Go see the movie in theaters. Comes out on streaming. Definitely watch it on streaming. I'll probably be watching that with my channel members as well. But yeah, this is the new way of making deals in Hollywood right now.
Yeah,
well,
it just shows. It shows cinema's not dead, right? People say going to the movie theater's dead. It's not. People love that experience when it's they're getting bang for their buck, right?
I think they just want to make sure their money's well spent. Why take the risk? Everything's hard for everybody right now. Anybody saying it's not is talking out their cheeks. Things are tough. Money's tight. Some people are starting new jobs or going back to school or switching to something. We can't just go to the movies every day and spend, $50 every day on a movie. So when we go, we want it to be special and we want to have a good time and we want to enjoy ourselves. Not to mention an entire generation coming up that has word of mouth that's like, oh my God, this movie's so good. That is why Scary Movie did so well.
Still doing good.
And still doing good.
Still kicking
word
ass.
of mouth. And they went in going, we're just going to make fun of everybody. Gen Z likes it. Gen Alpha likes it. Gen X likes it. I mean, pretty much like you look on the wheel, the millennials like it. So it's they're making fun of everybody. They're making fun of everything. Everybody can go and see this movie and either all feel attacked or all feel like they were laughing at something that everybody else was laughing at. That's great. That's what you want that with a comedy. You want to laugh and have a good time and not care about politics or bull crap or what side of the fence someone's on or stupid crap like that. So they keep that up. Wayne's Brothers are going to be making another movie, and White Chicks is next.
We need White Chicks too. I am banking on. I need White Chicks too in my life because the first one is my favorite. My favorite players of the movie.
Oh. That was so great.
The makeup in that movie still creeps me out. I can see that makeup. I close my eyes and it's so scary. It's like a horror.
Hey, Mark,
film.
let's wrap it up with the comments that you start, and then we'll get on out of here.
All right. Yeah. So Ron says Mechanical Shark is still scary at Universal Studios. Yep.
Shark still looks fake.
Yeah.
LT has not seen Jaws in 40 years. Well, I think you should watch it again, buddy. There's some great new 4K Blu-ray that's out. That's phenomenal. All the behind-the-scenes stuff, great.
Oh, yeah.
Tim says Night Producer is going to do what Zendaya did with the indie movie she made in 2020. She made it for 2.5 million and then sold it to Netflix for like 30 million. But yeah, Zendaya is knocking it out of the park. Yep.
Well, this is like the third film now where she's an executive producer, passion project, and it keeps overperforming. So that was the first one. Then was Challengers and the drama this year.
Yeah.
So
all did really well.
It overperformed and it is charting on the sales still. So, and then why she's so wealthy is that she keeps getting back in points. Hey,
Smart.
that's probably that's a great example for these young actors that are trying to set up shop with their production companies.
And Ron is saying now Indy is a film star. Yeah,
now she's a film
yep.
star.
Yep,
she is. Well, she is definitely the overnight sensation to a lot of people.
And Cavatina says return on investment is a gamble. Sometimes you get the jackpot. Yep.
It is a jackpot. Correct.
Yeah. And I thought this is a good one to have as a last comment. Our buddy Keely Chow, Roll Tide.
Hey.
If you make a good movie, we will see it.
Absolutely, Keely.
All right, guys. Well, before I give you guys your singles, I just want to thank you guys, Latino and Loki, for a great almost 2.5 hours. That was a lot of fun, man. We covered a lot. That's all right. I want to thank Mark D, but let's give Stone Cold his single, and bring up his link again.
Single. I'm single. Yeah. I thought I was married. I got married a couple years ago. I'm not single. I'm just kidding.
Very happily married. Yeah.
Very happily married. Come on by. Check us out. We do a new show every Wednesday morning. YouTube Talk is over. But we do a new show every Wednesday morning called WTF. No, it doesn't stand for what you think it does. It's Wisdom Through Failure. We talked about the Carmelo Anthony thing. We talked about jail, basically, this morning. What it's like to go to jail.
Heavy stuff.
Loki used to work at a prison. And I worked as a guard for a year. And I worked with chemical dependency counseling in the prison system. So I got to do groups. A lot of crazy stuff that goes on in prison, what he has to, expect, what he's looking at, what they're going to treat him like. I've heard from a lot of people that are like, he's going to be a hero. I'm like, no, he didn't, take out a cop. He took out another kid. They're going to treat him like an adult, which means they're going to be passing him around like a lollipop. So yeah, come by and check us out. It was a great discussion this morning. Like I said, 99.9% of the time, I don't yell, I don't scream, I don't lose my crap. I do get upset. I have emotions. I get my feels sometimes, but usually that's over stupid people that do stupid things, and we talk about that on Wednesday. So.
Let's do a quick one for Mark D. Love you, Loki.
Thank you. Yep. So check out my show, Sunday Night Geekery. Latino Slant sometimes drops in, and Reina and Loki. I'd love to have you if you're up that late on Sunday night. Be fun to talk about whatever's going on in pop culture. And I always do a diversion. I try to enable get people to buy cool things like this Enterprise here, and and we always head up somehow talking about food and barbecue, and even though I'm trying to downsize, I still love talking about food. So thanks for having me here. I'll shoot my link into the chat, and it's always great to hang out with you guys and have a lot of fun talking all this cool stuff. So here's my link in the chat there. So trying to get to 2K. I got to get to 2K. So
it's gonna happen.
Thanks, everyone.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Always the geekery comes always before the eatery. I love Jill. God, she's so cool.
Jill's great. Yeah.
All right, and the beautiful Reina Creole.
Hey everyone. Well, thanks for having me here. Usually I have the Spice Lounge on Thursday evenings, but as I am back to school, effective summer semester, that show's going to be on hiatus until about the second week in August, and then we'll be back. But in the meantime, I have my watch parties on Saturday night at 8 p.m. And on this Saturday, we're having the watch party for the original Toy Story movie. So you don't want to miss the watch party and commentary that I have with Retro Nerd Girl. So we're going to be watching that on Saturday. On Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, of course, the Welcome to Florida show. What can I say? It's the second crazy state in the union. And we've got the body cam video to go with it.
Oh, Lord.
So please do check us out for those shows. And thank you so much, as always, for having me on, Paulie. I love getting together. You guys also Mark and with Loki today. So talk about a bonus.
Love you, Lorena and Loki and Mark. Let's also thank and gratitude to the chat, to our new subs. Really just knocking it out. It seems every hour we have we're in a growth spurt. That's all I can say. And you know, there's so many months when we're not. So I'm gonna take this and just keep doing great videos for you guys. Whether you're new or old to the channel, watch our videos. We have new videos. We got the new disclosure review. We're gonna clip something here, as well as we have a new channel where it's just interviews, writers, directors, actors, producers, people that are in the business. 5 years worth. We're slowly migrating all the older interviews to the channel, but then I got new ones coming up as well. So that is up and running. That is new. Tonight I'm live again. With other cool friends. This chat, this live stream will redirect you. So it's later tonight. Keep that window open. Come on back. Whatever you got to do. That's it. All right, my friends. We did it. You guys have a great rest of your day, rest of your evening, wherever you're at. Keep your slant. Fuerte.